Hi everyone. It's Thursday morning. Okay, so yesterday I tried to do two lives and I was interrupted two times, so yesterday was not the day to do a live. I was at my friend's house on Plum Island, and the first live I did, which is still up on my page, I was sitting on her stairs and she had a service person come to work on her fridge. So coming up the stairs, and I didn't know what to do. So I ended the video because I was interrupted and he thought I was the homeowner. So that was interesting. And then while he was in the house, I was like, oh, I'll just start again. So I started another video. And I got into it like a couple minutes, and then I got a buffering symbol, like connection isn't strong enough, which was also interesting. And then like 10 seconds later, he was done and he walked out. So I was like, okay, so we were interrupted a second time. Anyway, here I am. I have a lot to share, and I really want to keep these short now because I want people to watch them and not sit through a long video. But over the weekend, I went to a women's retreat that I've been going to for about 13, 14, 15 years. And it's always beautiful and magical and very restorative. This year, I was able to do pretty much, I had sessions with people with pretty much all the work that I do. So I had two people come to receive ear coning sessions, which I can only do in person. I had somebody do a transformation session with some dowsing. And I had another session which I really just sat with somebody. We sat outside and we did some really deep releasing work. So really going into a very difficult time in their life that they were still holding in their body, in their heart, mind, soul. And we did some exercises to help her to start to release. And she walked away with a really great tool that she's going to continue to use. And then I did an unlimited body session. I won't go into that, but really powerful results that the person received. And lastly, I did, I think 2, maybe 3 Dragon Reiki sessions. So this is just what I wanted to talk about today a little bit. I do have a Dragon Reiki special out that will be available through the end of the month. And you can book it now through the end of the month, and then you can book it out, like if you want to work with me in October, November, that's totally fine. You select the date. So what is Dragon Reiki? What is that? Why do I work with dragons? Why should you be curious or be interested in maybe doing a Dragon Reiki session with me? And I will be talking more about this. I will be writing more. I have a lot to write. I will be kind of doing some like rough sketches of the dragons that have been coming in for people. And what I can say truly is that if I were to work with one person once a week for the whole year, so like 52 weeks a year, say you signed up for that, which has never happened with me, but say you do, different dragons would come in. You're not going to get the same dragons. You do have dragon guides and dragons that are with you for the long haul, but a lot of the dragons come in are healing dragons, and they come in and they work on you and they have a message, or they're working on a specific area in your body. And I've never seen the same dragon twice. I've just never seen it. So it really speaks to how many they are, how many different kinds there are, and how they can really help us. So let me just share with you a session I did for somebody. And I'm not even going to talk to you about the dragons that came in for them. They had 2 dragons. I'll do that in another live. Okay, so I've got somebody on the table, has never had Reiki. So if she's never had Reiki, she's definitely never had Dragon Reiki. So I've got her on the table. I explain what she may feel with the Reiki, and she's open to it. I do see 2 dragons, but again, I'll talk about that in another live. They were really cool. And then, as I'm like 20 minutes into the session, I see, energetically, of course, I see a big brown bear at her feet, like she's standing and the bear is lying down in front of her. This big bear kind of like curled up. And I encouraged her to look up bear medicine after the session, because there's a lot of energy that this bear was sharing with her and gifting to her. And it was very, very healing and comforting. It was almost as if you have a beloved cat or dog just laying at the bottom of your feet. So there was this big bear, and he was there for the whole session. Once he appeared, he did not leave. Could have been a she, I'm not sure. But the bear did not leave. And then as we're going along and I'm working on different parts of her body, a bear comes up again. I'm like, oh, I'm going to just say he just wants you to know he's here. He wants you to really tune into him after the session. And then I see this beautiful fox, like a red fox, kind of a medium size. And this little guy's curled up with the bear at this woman's feet. And I'm like, okay, now you have fox medicine coming in. Why am I sharing this? Because when I do a Dragon Reiki session or just a regular Reiki session, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to come in. I don't know what guide or medicine is going to come in for you. So just be open to it. I'm certainly open to it because I was surprised, and I didn't say, this is a Dragon Reiki session. What are you guys doing here? It was like, this is what needed to come in. And they did. And then at the very end, and I find this so interesting, and I mean, I'm like ready to start to slow things down and to end the session. At the very end, I feel the presence of Jesus on her right side. Now, I have no idea if this woman has any religious background or faith, or goes to a church where they believe in Jesus. I don't know. I just tell her, well, Jesus is standing to your right and he's comforting you. He's bringing some healing energy and comfort to you. And I said, and just to emphasize the bear again, because it was like a running joke. It was like, are you Snow White or something? Like, what's going on here with all these woodland creatures at your feet? Jesus takes his elbow and I can see this energetically, and he leans on the bear. So now the bear is standing up and Jesus is leaning on the bear, kind of like you're at a diner counter and you've got your elbow up on the counter and you're just leaning on it, and he's pointing. He's like, tell her about the bear again. He's like, don't forget to tell her about the bear again. And I'm like, okay, got it. Like, here's Jesus, helping with the session, which the Ascended Masters and the Masters and Angels, they all come in. And he's pointing to the bear. And I was laughing, and I'm telling her, and I thought she thought it was pretty comical. And she texted me after, and she's like, wow, that was so cool that all of these beings came in to support me during the session. So I hope that is just interesting to you and maybe makes you curious. And I'll be posting more and writing more. So, if you have any questions, or if this is intriguing and you want to schedule something with me, let me know. And just know, I don't know who's going to come in. I just know it's going to be a blessing. And also, please know that the dragons, for me, they come in, they're very powerful, but they've always come in with a very gentle and healing energy. And I know some people say to me, oh my gosh, what is that? You work with dragons? And some people just are very, even friends that I have, just back away and are very standoffish, and they're like, nope, I don't want that. And that's fine. You don't have to work with dragons. But they're very powerful, but when they come through me, they are so gentle. It's almost like I've made a contract that my intention is for health and healing of the person on the table. And so when the dragons come in, they're working on that person's body exactly where there are pain points or issues that need to be cleared and worked on. And they've always come in with the softest, most beautiful energy, again, with the power that they have, the strength that they have, but very soft. So I just say this, so if you're a little like, oh my God, that's too much, it doesn't have to be. And they've never come through in a really aggressive, forceful, or intense way for me. They come in the way that you need them to come in. And they are here to help, and they are extremely protective and so loving, and they are here to help support us in where we are. So that's really what I'm going to share with you today. I will, like I said, continue to share posts and do some drawings and share more stories. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them here. I'd love to interact with you. I know the dragons are interested and are waiting for some of you. They're waiting to connect with you. So if that's you, please feel free to reach out. Or please feel free to just seek out other folks that are using this energy and medicine that you feel you have a resonance with. I'm not the only one. I'm just one of the people on the planet right now that's calling this back in, bringing this back in, and wanting to share this with people. So thanks for listening. I hope you have a really blessed day, and see you soon.